event for Fallen.
The most important match of the year so far. Let's at least get everything right. A best of 5 beginning on Counter-Strike's favorite map of Mirage. And we are live, Kraków. Quite the stack.
I mean, you want to set this one off with a bang? This might be the way to do it. It's Molodoi, first kill at the grand final. Goes the way of FURIA's Rookie of the Year. Follow-up from Fallen. New and old side by side, and it tears through the defense. ZywOo, Dolberettas get nothing done. And to talk about making a good first impression.
Yeah, we call a master and a student for a reason, right? Not just Fallen handing over his favorite weapon to the young player, but teaching him everything he knew. And still maybe at times getting outshone. Shocking to imagine a player of this inexperience make such a run that Molodoi has in the last year, but man, isn't just this championship that event? We saw Donk do the same 2 years ago. No better place for it. Vitality's pistols have been strugglesome. Where they have excelled is the Force Buys. Breaking momentum early.
We're 1 round in and you're already hearing a lot of support for this FURIA squad. Vitality, though, after claiming the top spot last year, they got used to being the villains. Folks sick and tired of their success, seeing them go from strength to strength after the most dominant season CS has ever seen. And these Force Buys, well, looking to silence the FURIA fans early as K Serrano overwhelmed. Apex follows up, and Vitality, they've left it all on one man. It's just Molodoi. Maybe even too tall a task for the breakout star of FURIA as he is sandwiched. Apex reigns supreme.
They hate you if you don't win enough. They hate you if you win too much. Vitality don't care what you want. Forced by victory, written in the book. And FURIA crashing back to reality early in this grand final. Fuel for the fire. Vitality armed and deadly.
Surely not. Clash of Molodoi versus ZywOo, but only the Deeg won't be enough to get through. Slightly looser go at the Force round here for FURIA as they try and get a feel for this game early.
Apex starting very strong though, right? Looking confident. 3 kills in the second round. 5v4 here. Getting involved. Gonna need to. Fallen's had an uptick in form as well. These captains can't just sit in the sidecar. ZywOo peeks back for another.
Beware that ZywOo scout. Beware these Vitality forces. He's looking for all 3. They're going to give him another chance. And now all the Vitality just homed in on Fallen. No road left to run there. And the Force Buy Wars closed out by Vitality.
Simple. All eyes on ZywOo today. Far past crumbling on a stage. Putting on one of his best performances so far in Kraków. blowing his rating from last year out of the water. And in fact, all of Vitality have that firepower trio, ZywOo, Robs, and Flamesy, have just been unstoppable throughout this event. It was never going to be easy for FURIA. And judging by these first couple of rounds, it's not going to get much better.
All right, Apex, how much are you feeling it? There's a lot of guys down there for him to try and deal with. And they're actually going to start giving chase. Looking like a clean finish here up against the Pistols. It's good to see Apex showing up in fighting form.
This is a slaughter right now, right? Sure, it's off the back of a force buy, couple of low econ rounds for FURIA, but 2 deaths in 3 rounds combined. Vitality controlling the economy, feeling good while they do so. FURIA have to get warmed in now in this first buy. Because remember, while it's not just legacy and a trophy and a championship and a title worth defending, it's revenge for Vitality. FURIA beating them back to back. Vitality here to set the record straight. A 3-0 against them in Chengdu. They say not today.
Had to have a scrap here as Apex really getting curious, playing ballsy from the word go of this grand final. He's ended up behind enemy lines. And they've got no idea. No one's even considering this right now for FURIA. This could be a disaster. Apex, does he take the shot? Sees he has 2 on a platter right here, and Apex, is he even ready for number 3? Molidoy's cut down as well.
Captain takes matters into his own hands. And the firepower, insurmountable for FURIA. Apex puts them down, 3 kills, Fallen locked out.
Such a strong start from Vitality's old boy, their veteran. Their captain, 10-2. And he's firmly left Vitality in the driver's seat. Muscling away control of the early game. It's all been Apex right now.
FURIA might even have to call a pause early into this map because getting nothing done, getting no rounds, getting no kills in the last 4. Vitality, you know, the most dominant season we've ever seen, the team of the year. The only blemish on 2025 was FURIA at the end. 4 trophies, 2 elite trophies, a clean 3-0 final over Vitality. Conversation of whether they could be up for the task in Budapest. Yes, another choke on the stage. But this is more than just a match for Vitality. This is personal. Sid with a timeout. Fallen credited him in a lot of rounds, saving FURIA after tax. So with low economy, with pistols and pop, can they do it?
Well, they're going to come through flooding out onto this A site. Flames, been in monstrous form all tournament, gets to showcase it there. Spinning top out towards Ramp, and his teammates able to finish off the rest of them.
It's a terrifying sign for FURIA right now, isn't it? Not even how they're playing, but just how lethal Vitality look. Multiple players putting up big moments and multi-kills early in this CT side. What more can you do? Molly's everywhere, flash buys time, Flames still burns through 3. It's flowing right now for Vitality.
All right, get to have a Molidoy AWP again. I'd like to think that that's what FURIA have been waiting for here.
And look how ready he is for a play. I mean, holding under with the AWP.
Yeah, ain't ZywOo on that AWP right now. It's Rob's pushed up. Flames walking in alongside him. They're going to try and battle for Palace, and they'll take Yuri out of it.
That's so sick. That's prep, right? Paying off, knowing that close position is common by Yuri. AWP covers deep. He's able to flash, make him turn. Molodoi does have an answer, though. Yeah,
look, you've been telling yourself, if you're FURIA, this is what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting to bring that AWP out, put it in Molodoi's hands, and he's going to earn you a round. It's a lot of pressure. But thus far, Molodoi's been unfazed by that.
Could drop past Rops right now. He is not going to see it. He will hear it. Rops, ooh, attuned, but Keserato cleans him up. It's a missed shot from that AWP. FURIA have to pounce. We'll see the fakery coming in already. Does Mezzi hold his guard? Unwavering in his position, hanging on in quiet desperation, Mezzi.
They've even called for support. Mezzi knows he was right in his hunch to never leave, never surrender this B site to FURIA. Molodoi rings out with another, and Mezzi caught in the open, brushed aside. Might have had the right idea, might have had the pieces in the right place. None of that matters for Vitality.
Now it's star player, sorry, captain Apex, 11-2, relegated to the save. Vitality may know what's coming, they can't stop it here. Integral couple of kills from Molodoi. And dropping that AWP as well that FURIA are looking to not allow into the next round.
Consider the promise fulfilled, brings out that AWP, puts it to work straight away.
They know Vitality were controlling this game early. They know money is not going to be a question here. We have players at 14k before buy, so there's going to be AWPs, and there's going to be AWPs for some time here. Molodoi happy to take those head-to-heads though, and FURIA happy to give him the room to find picks.
Molodoi certainly left an impression, because guess who's bought out the AWP for the other side? ZywOo. Now donning his as well.
Well, these are number 1 and 2 most successful opening kill AWPers of last year. You've got a pure AWP in Molodoi via hybrid of ZywOo. Nope.
Oh, never even gets a chance to react. ZywOo is quick with it. So the ace up their sleeve is gone. Might be time for Fallen to don this AWP. He's not making a habit of giving it up to just anyone.
Gotta earn that right. Vitality sit back comfortable. 5v4 conceding the site. ZywOo back turned to what will be an execute here. Yakinda very late lurk under. He's got no kills right now in this T side. Can FURIA swing that hammer from down under, as they will have to retake.
Yakinda's led to leave an impression in this game, but he's got big responsibility here, being the late player out through mid. Chance to cut down the rotations. Vitality already ahead of this, playing out towards the spawn. They're actually going to flash and peek, and the cover just isn't there. Fallen claws one back. There's a follow-up from Yuri. Suddenly you're in a 3-on-3, a fighting chance. ZywOo hoping to deny. Won't be able to stop that bomb plant, and the flashes keep him tame out towards the spawn. A clash versus Fallen. It wasn't necessarily the AWP you were worried about here, but the one that could tear it away left that angle at an awkward timing, and that sees Yuri alone, iced out.
It's the little details there. Rops breaking that smoke, pulled Fallen off the angle, giving ZywOo control. If Fallen doesn't move, probably hits that shot. And it's a very different round, but no, Vitality pieced together a post plant with the man advantage, slow and steady. Good punish on the plant as well. Stressful start to this game for FURIA. Nothing has gone right so far.
Able to run past the ZywOo wall, but you don't survive it a second time.
It's head to head. Bit of a beating right now.
Again, Fallen goes to retrieve it. Him and Yakindar combined for kills, and Fallen's just rolling out with another.
But he can still do it, there's no question. But against this team of all, full gamble. Flames isn't certain. It's too quiet.
Played the slowdown just to really try and figure this one out. Grouping up now. They look to dodge this stack from Vitality. It leaves them one player to worry about.
Mezzi's activation has opened up a chance.
Flames in a good position, but gonna need to get a lot from it. There's the lineup. Pressure on for Fallen. That shot missing. Gonna do it with the rifle. Flames just a one-man army. And oh, this one hurts for FURIA. They took all that time to try and figure out where the stack was. Played to dodge it. They go into just the one-man hold, and even that is too much.
Dude, he doesn't even need to peek. Flames is locked in that corner by the molly. He steps into it to take the third fight. Forcing it all the way. Man down, FURIA take too long. And these rounds have been maybe slow to a fault here for FURIA. The fast ones early, getting them caught off guard by good multi-kills, but now they let Vitality play the map. They let them enforce a stack, get aggressive on the flank, and put Flames in position to win the round.
This is one of the big issues of Yakindar getting shut down so early in this matchup. He was instrumental in that series yesterday over Team Spirit. Had some fantastic rounds, applied a lot of pressure, but here he's been tamed. And if you kind of slow his roll, you lose a lot of the aggression. The only other guy offering it has been Molodoy, and he's not been fruitful in these opening fights.
I mean, when Yakindar pops off, FURIA win trophies, right? We talk about Molodoy, but this guy is the hammer. He is the guy at the front of the pack, cracking open bomb sites, giving you rounds.
Flames coming into this off the back of a highlight in the last. Might be required to step up again. He's got support this time in the form of ZywOo, and so for him it's just about catching the spillover. Anyone that survives getting past this AWP, that's where Flame steps in. One man's made it through, cover from Palace, but even then you're feeling cautious about swinging, cautious about going too far. Awkward lineup, and it's only Yuri left. Claws back what he can, but it's the AWP at the spawn. ZywOo putting a lot of pressure on, and the charge from Rops, no respect for Yuri in that clutch.
Oh, it's contagious for Rops right now. Just swinging off of stairs, uses that info, finishes the job. Vitality on fire at the moment. 8 CT rounds, FURIA cannot get a grip on this game. They won the pistol. Broken now, nothing to show for it. Are they really gonna force? Got an AK for Yuri, Galil for Molodoy, and desperation for FURIA as Vitality look for a sickening opening half to this grand final.
I mean, this is where, you know, for FURIA, you think about the fact that this Mirage map was one that they've been struggling on, that they felt uneasy about heading into Krakow, but it's only through the reps, constantly playing it here at this event, that confidence came back. Well, that's all dried up now, thanks to Vitality. I know how important these strong starts are. I mean, this stopped being a strong start and just became a dominant half a long time ago. Down to another broken force buy for FURIA as they're left clutching at straws here, hoping to get anything at the end of this T side.
This is cheeky, it could mean something. Yakindar through the smoke, they're gonna see the execute, but that leaves Flames with his back turned. Yakindar needs to activate soon, because Flames might have another multi.
No way, Flames again! Destroys them! Yakindar's gone! And for Flames, the glory! Whenever they've needed him, he's been there. He's stepped up, stood tall and delivered. And with so many players starting in top form for Vitality, FURIA have run out of room on the half. Mirage might pass by in an instant.
I mean, what a position, what an unorthodox position to commit. And FURIA pop through a smoke, Flames just flings them aside. Makes it look easy. He has had an incredible tournament. And it looks like it's not done. Yakinda, who is last alive there, that's not where you want him. Tries to force it first again in middle. Leaving it to luck. Smoke spam, but Vitality evade. Abandoning mid, and again forcing FURIA to execute. Because so far, none of them have been successful. This was FURIA coming in. We thought they had a fighting chance. Well, here in this first half, they haven't had a chance to fight. Simply done, Flames gets involved.
I mean, now you're seeing different players popping up all over the map as
oh no!
Vitality are just playing this super loose. They know they're in full control of the game. Flames challenging through the connector, now back in time to defend this A bomb site. FURIA might have lurked through, but dealing with Flames has been no easy task. Yuri will get round him. Bit of ground gained. Just give this lurker case Serrano to do something, and Rops has just turned on him.
I think he's caught off.
This is Vitality.
Oh,
looking to leave FURIA down and out for the count at the end of map 1.
Oh, this should not be a kill for ZywOo.
Yuri collects that one. You're looking for scraps here, looking for 3 on the half. Yuri's done what he can to provide, but there's still more that required. Follow-up shot for Yuri. Now you look at Mezzi, usually very calm under pressure, meant to deliver in moments like this, but can't get round that orb. Still, it's not a lot for FURIA. Right now, they're living in Apex's fantasy land. He's topping the charts. Vitality off to a flying start in this grand final.
For FURIA, this was a chance to leave their legacy. For Fallen to take a trophy eluding him for 10 years. For a chance to swing at the king. For Vitality, it is just another day on the big stage. More than enough chances in this first half. Vitality run away with a dominant defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of red flags right now, right? The slow start from Yakindar, 1-11. Serato, who has been the rightful power at the heart of FURIA, never getting going. Molodoy getting shut down as he sought out those openers in that first half. And across the board, it's strong stuff from every member of Vitality. If this pistol gets away from you, you're looking at a very dominant opening map to this grand final. One that it will be hard to recover from for FURIA. Pushed out into the A site, Vitality, they've got control. They're going to have a bomb plant here. It's onto a retake.
So much control as well. The only danger here for Vitality is no util. You'd love a deep smoke CT. You'd love a reflash to fight back against a FURIA retake. But they don't have anything either. So this is a brawl. This is a fight for CT, and FURIA are coming in.
You've just got to scrap. You got this flanking player that you're trying to lend some time to, but Molodoy won't even have a chance to get involved because everyone's out here in CT. Now it's just corpses. Molodoy plays it forward. Don't let this get away from you. It's only ZywOo armed with that Glock, and he'll get run down.
A chance to catch your breath, a sigh of relief for FURIA, and a final second defuse coming through. But we saw the same in the first half, so I refuse to get ahead of myself. A force buy surely imminent here for Team Vitality.
Yeah, this scoreline saying that they've won both pistols for the side of FURIA almost makes it feel worse. No margin for error now. You've got to convert this one, and you know Vitality are putting money in. You know they're going to take another swing at you before you get those freebie rounds.
Coming into the final, Vitality had won 50% of these second rounds after losing pistol. It's not meant to be a 50-50 round. Players like ZywOo, players like Flames, increase your odds astronomically. Backs turned, FURIA aren't ready, Vitality are walking in.
Yeah, you're just going to get the contact play out. No one's watching this. No one's thinking you've got the gall to do this. The drop down may be heard by Yuri as he puts his attention back out towards the site.
Oh, missed a jump.
And now a chance for him to punish. Molodoy even dealing with Flames on that swing. They weren't able to convert on this pistol in the first half. Here, they've got a 5v3. Can the ZywOo backstab change things? For now, waiting, seeing if he can catch someone moving late to the party. Robs deals with the first man in. And the more success these players in the site have, the less pressure on ZywOo to get involved. Now is no choice in the matter as the round falls onto his shoulders. Oh, they're swinging him, they're giving him fights. Serato stops him in his tracks. And again, a last-second defuse found for FURIA.
Oh.
Getting by narrowly, but getting by all the same.
Getting a great game out of Yuri right now. He was the one surprise player to go missing against Team Spirit on this very map in that semi-final. He had nothing going for him. Could not hold his sight. It was exploited time and time again. Still FURIA won the map without him. Well, now he is the one guy standing true, standing tall here for FURIA. Trying to believe in this comeback step by step. Hard part done. Grenades going window, but avoided for the most part. Molodoy in danger. Needs to get out of here. Oops. All the same, Vitality walk down mid.
They're already ahead of that Serato. They're going to close in on him. Tech9's break through. Again, Yuri might have to put up numbers here. Trap that towards the sandwich. He's got players all around him. Nowhere's comfortable, nowhere's safe for Yuri, but here he is, scrapping, fighting back, gets out with his, and Molodoy finishes the job.
Oh, compare these halves. It was clinical for Vitality. It was clean. They weren't letting kills happen. FURIA are getting out by the skin of their teeth. You feel like one more shot coming in for Vitality, and these rounds are theirs. Terrifying. Never a chance to breathe here in this CT side now for FURIA. Their money still hangs in the balance. Vitality's first fall by coming through. ZywOo, you don't see this every day. A glass orb, a guy who is fine to rifle when the rounds call for it. He brings it straight into this gun round.
Knows if there's an AWPer out there who's going to give him the head-to-head, going to give him the fights. It exists on the other side of the stage in Molodoj.
And he's been besting him time after time in this map.
I've got to be ready because they're already out here in middle Molodoj.
Yeah,
they're in behind him and he's still very committed to this lower hold. Even seeing a player in the apartments, well, that's only going to keep Molodoj more wary, more cautious about this lower control.
Super risky. No one even really spotting mid for FURIA. They're going to start to move closer. Molodoj will have to move further. Perfect. Mezzi not even looking.
Does he get out though? That's the big question because they've had mid for a while. They're close to him now. Gonna try and dart through these smokes, but they'll trade places. Stuck on Apex, who finds them both. Chaotic in the mid smokes. And the advantage secured at the hands of the captain. 15 and 10. From the word go, Apex has been a force to be reckoned with in this game. Kindar finally getting something done, leaves it to spam, connects on a ZywOo. And so let's see how Fallen fares. Others have tried and failed, but Fallen holds on here at B. Can't hack it versus Apex, who now needs the ace clutch in this 1-on-3. Out behind the bench. They know he's in good form. That nade's big, forces them forward. Kindar shuts it down. Not Apex's moment to play as the hero.
3 kills from him, 3 from Kindar, but it's FURIA who again get out barely. A barely 1 round is still a 1 round, and so they sit 2 behind Team Vitality on this comeback. Felt like a road to ruin. After that first half, FURIA are still believing, so much so it's forced Vitality's first timeout. Nail biter for Team Vitality.
Yeah, first time you've put them in a position where they felt this pressure all game, really. Timeout called in, trying to get ahead of it. Have they left it too late? This is a 4-round streak out of FURIA. And even though the rounds have been close, right? We haven't been sitting here feeling like they're super comfortable. You're on the edge of your seat throughout them. That round count is still going up. The gap is still closing. Game is still very much on.
Yuri, the guy for this CT side right now. Vitality want to test him. Popping into his sight.
He's immediately given up room, leaving this one to a retake. Looks to be the answer for FURIA. Knew this was a possibility. Going to actually try and play through this smoke.
Oh no!
Yuri goes it alone. Now a support in from Kindar as him and Keserato steal that advantage straight back. Far from comfortable of Vitality. They're a man down here. These smokes will start fading soon. They've got to get that bomb planted. And all the while, look who's been closing in.
So aware for at least a second. Barrel spotted, Fallen sighted. ZywOo takes him. Amoli's going to force a reposition. Robs waits for the flash, and it is perfection. Low health, still Vitality excel. A 3v2 that FURIA want nothing to do with. These close rounds, these casualties, they are costly. FURIA throw in the towel. If they want to buy, they need these guns. And Vitality know that. Excellent synergy from Vitality. Even just Robs waiting that extra second in the Molotov wins the round.
Might be returned to the pace. Like the breakthrough with an A-side set piece, playing it a little faster did Vitality. This time they set up in the apartments. Feeling like they can just break through these defenses. Flash play to open up for Yakindar, gives them a taste of their own medicine, but how do you get out here? Got to deploy that smoke, hope it keeps him alive, and it will. Just barely holding on is Yakindar. Now he's a nuisance in this position, but a nuisance they have trapped in a box. Damage done the other way for Fallen. They are giving chase, trying to come through and battle for this control.
No!
They'll throw everything but the kitchen sink to clear out this space.
Freeze, okay? Some chaos has happened. FURIA have taken space. Vitality don't watch their back. Rob's caught, back turned. Not every day you see that.
.3v2, but up against Vitality, these are deceptively tricky rounds. ZywOo and Flames top the charts for Vitality.
I mean, Molodoy's been getting hyper-aggressive. Now he has to hold on 20 seconds solo in his bomb site. He has to take one with him, or at least survive for the post-plant. Getting nothing here is just what Vitality need.
Late in the day, bomb plant. Very little time left as those numbers get plugged in, and even though the nade is good, it will find some damage.
Oh, no.
You still have the bomb to play around.
Here it is.
First kill of the 2-on-3 comes through. ZywOo with the spot, taking down a peg. Molodoy finally taking him in the head-to-head, but then you remember Flames. And this guy has been full of these multi-kills. This is the clutch that breaks the back of FURIA, that puts you in the winning position on Mirage. If Flames can pick it up now, this one might be over, the comeback might be thwarted. And Serato doesn't know where to look. Flames gonna take it to positioning alone. Never even had to fight. That's the fear, that's the doubt setting in. And that is just a back-breaking round for FURIA.
Yeah, rounds don't carry impact like that. Not every time, but taking everyone with him in that 2v4. And FURIA have to figure it out with just a gun here and there. Serato lived, so Molodoy could buy. Getting out with that AWP is something for FURIA. But can they stop a Vitality on the warpath? That inescapable feeling you've let this one slip.
No mistake, if there is to be hope for FURIA here in map 1 of this final, it comes down to this round. It comes down to Molodoy and Serato. It's your two stars. Your star rifler, your star AWP prodigy, rookie of the year last year. There's Yakindar throwing his name in the ring, opening on the Deagle.
It's loose. Lots of 1-by-1s, and so they get punished. 5v3, no trades available. Vitality perhaps get ahead of themselves. Damage done to ZywOo.
Oh, blow that open. Apex wasn't ready for that.
And right when you're ready to write them off, an unlikely round win presented.
And this might just be a very drawn-out save. Vitality always a team down to make these 2vx's interesting, but you're in no position to do so. You don't have the bomb, don't have any map controls. ZywOo's shot away from death. And so you've just got to let this one simmer.
I wonder what the call was there, because it was a pace change for Flames to get fast short, perhaps get into ladder, but it's one thing to lose him to this Deagle. It's another thing for Rops to just walk out ramp, perhaps expecting more control of middle from FURIA. Walks into a double setup close ramp and it all goes wrong.
I mean, this is just, you know, this is the cleanest round FURIA have won on this CT side. 5 players still alive at the end of it. They haven't done that yet. And so it's not just the most unlikely of wins, it's their cleanest one. A chance to make a bit of money, chance to try and set yourselves up in this half.
Go on. Could have chased Zaiwu, that molly gets in the way. FURIA are fine with it. 5 alive round with their map pick hanging in the balance. Vitality feel like they have to buy just to try and match what's saved. Zaiwu attempt Molotov late on the flick. It's Zaiwu to find his opener instead. Atop the stairs, Yuri dead.
Not the player you want to lose. Yuri's been the one guy full of these heroic plays for FURIA, down to get the multi-kills, down to be a difference maker. And so you are going to feel the burn of having him be the first to fall in this round.
And even that eye test from Molotov, not great. They're missing that shot. They're going to push him up in the B apartment and go for an A stack. At least numbers favor FURIA in this site, but Vitality are coming in nonetheless.
I'll wait for these smokes to fade. But in a moment's time, FURIA will feel the full weight of this exec, the full weight of the push. Gonna leave it to Zaiwu to try and get the round started, letting him entry on that orb. There's the spot for Flames. Deagle trying to get a beat on K-Serato. Can't get past him. But gonna need even more here. And K-Serato low on health, out in the open, in danger. Saved by Yakinda. And now still a threat, still down to be a nuisance. Playing interference around this smoke. K-Serato, what can you really expect him to do? They've got him boxed into a corner. And that's when the fangs come out. Zaiwu chased down and finished off.
K-Serato dancing with death. 1 bullet from it. And Yakinda doesn't just save his life, he saves the round in that. K-Serato running through smokes. And Vitality have met their match here in this grand final. A game that looks like it's going all the way towards the depths of regulation. A 9-3 lead. Another swing for it here with pistols. And perhaps a nade stack. Dodged. Seen that one before.
You know, there's a lot of numbers in mid on the back of that, and you might just look to try and fight them here. It's only these pistols to worry about. K-Serato and Yakinda still look keen. Just going to try and stop this spillover, this flood through the connector. You've had problems containing it before. Yakinda with one hell of a catch. That's the flank nearly all dealt with. Yakinda stops it. Robson Apex sidelined. And now it's a 1-round game.
And you credit Vitality for resilience last year, because so many times they showed us they were down but not out. So many times they came back, even in grand finals, in 5th map. Look at FURIA do the same. Yakinda had 1 kill on his T side. He is 15 and 15. The resurgence and recovery from FURIA is across the board. And Vitality with continual forces, forced to save, now won't even have this orb into the final bye.
You know who will have an extra orb floating around though, with all this money, with all these clean rounds? The Professor gets to play his. Fallen brings out the 2nd orb for FURIA. This is an expensive buy. It's one that FURIA like to lean to on this Mirage, and it's something it looked like they were never going to get to have on the back of a 9-3 half. But that's what having a 2nd win does for you. That's what getting some of these cleaner rounds does. Gives Fallen more options, more to play with.
Brute force out mid here. Damage done to ZywOo. Yakinda, fearless, continuing to fight up short. At one point, the FURIA call off that deep smoke. Still threatens Vitality. One of the two orbs. Deep on the line, waiting for Mezzi. The Brit unwavering, 5 and 13. Not looking to give away this opening kill. He gets that info. Sees the AWP. Having a strugglesome game, no interest in taking that fight. Pushes Fallen back with a flash. His team out mid. K-Serato and Yakinda involved, but of course it's Flames to rip heads off. It's the perfect tee up to a round for Vitality. Apex puts them together.
Gets real tricky now. Could come down to the double orbs in this retake. Oh, Molodoy's missed that timing, but it won't matter. Yuri's got his back. And so you lost two. Now it's down to this measly effort out through ramp. Mezzi and Flames barely even alive in this round. He felt like he'd done his part. He felt like he'd done enough with that double out towards mid. Well, more is being asked for. More is required. Mezzi does have one right there. Molodoy with the reposition, and it's these two orbs side by side. Molodoy and Fallen. Different generations. Always ready to try and blow your mind, but Fallen with a heads-up play, push on through, shut down. Oh, Molodoy, that's lightning fast! Does he have another shot like that in him? The game now rests on Molodoy's shoulders!
He doesn't
Diamond under pressure!
He doesn't miss when it matters! Not when they need him! Slow start, but what a finish. Fallen fed to the wolves on that smoke push. All for Molodoy to bask in the glory. The Tauron sings his praises. And FURIA come back all the way.
Yeah, you've tied the game up. This feat felt impossible. Now the question becomes, can they finish what they started?
Feels meant to be. How on earth has Yakinda come back like this? Again, thrusting himself into middle and finding the man advantage against Flames, no less. Vitality's top performer, their fire starter. This is when ZywOo must collect. Up connector, Molodoy timings, and Yuri tucked in a clearable position. If ZywOo checks his corners, this could be a punish. But he waits for his team. Good check.
Molodoy ain't missing no more. Feeling some fire in his belly after that clutch in the last. Finally they'll get around him, finally they'll get past him. Apex and Mezzi side by side. Britain the Frenchman, the unlikely alliance. Fallen in position, could try and shut this one down. Flash to set him up. Mezzi now dead. Dan can't do it. K-Serato's run through him and FURIA move onto map point. This was unthinkable. 9-3 to Vitality on the half. And FURIA have taken it all the way.
And it wasn't just 9-3, it was Flames in fighting form. It was Apex carrying his team. It was ZywOo not missing a beat. He was gapping Molodoy round after round. An individual and team-wide resurgence for FURIA surges them to map point first. And everyone's talking for Vitality. Is anyone listening?
For Vitality, everyone was talking in that timeout. You're dead on. Everyone grasping to try and find answers, to try and find a way to stop this from being the reality we're in. For FURIA, I noticed only two players doing a lot of the talking, Molodoy and Yakinda, so maybe some sort of aggressive look out of the gate, as those are the two problem pieces, the two guys down to get in your face. right off the rip of the round.
Again, Taiwu right down middle. Vitality have just been sending it in mid in this T side. And for once, Yakinda doesn't challenge. He rotates. Assists on the A side, hangs around. Keserato keeping control of the window boost. Vitality feel like they haven't explored the B bomb side, but they should know that Fallen's second AWP is prioritized here late in the game. A has done them no favors. Mid the same. Fallen waits. Listen to his lecture. The Professor 5v4. And a miss smoke. The wheels are coming off.
On this Vitality team, perfection is demanded. They're so used to having it. When the wheels fall off, when the nerves start to set in, it's a rarity to see Vitality in this position, but it might be all getting away from them. 3 on 5. And moving around with 20 seconds left to make their play. Aside from all the enemies, time is working against them as well. As Molodoi, Yuri set up to close this here and now. And Robs might be a clutcher, might be their closer, but this one feels impossible. Nade rains in, and he's so wounded. Fallen finishes what he started. Coming into this final with a score to settle in this arena. FURIA complete the comeback from 9-3 down. They close it in regulation.
Fallen hasn't lost a BO5 in a decade. He does not want that to break today. But we have seen them lose it to FURIA. Set up earlier how this is a revenge game for Vitality, as shocking as that may seem. Back-to-back victories for FURIA over this squad. And a map to the good. Some breathing room for the Brazilian international mix.
Being on Inferno 2, this is a thinking man's map. One where every facet of your game gets challenged. Test your defaults, test your protocols. And a half where you need Molodoi starting in good form. CT side Inferno made for that AWP. Can't afford to get off to a slow start like they did in map 1. You're hoping that they're riding the high still heading into this second map.
Gamble in the pistol, already feeling regrettable. FURIA force those rotations quickly amid smoke. Fallen holds on to his and holds on to that B site. Vitality uncertain, set themselves up for this A hit.
Now you're just lucky to still be alive. Don't know if you'd expect Molodoi to hang around here, but chomping at the bit of the invitation. And you've got a very good reason to try and follow through with this A hit now. Those 2 kills, it's a low HP. Molodoi trying to fend off the masses, but you're getting pincered. They're all around you. Oh, Yuri on those dualies. Gets the blood boiling. Let's see if Fallen can capitalize. Moving on in, they'll face him together, and Vitality set the record straight, coming through with an uppercut in the pistol round.
I like Vitality's T-side pistol. It's a bit common, right? Just going for the long smoke, taking mid-control, but back and forth, seeing the reaction. I think FURIA knew what they were up against based on that B block. But they still can't stop Vitality, side by side, strutting into the site. Force buy out for FURIA. Keep in mind, Vitality got neither pistol. Back on Mirage. It's fast. And it's over, just like that.
Vitality with very lofty ambitions, and with that, you know, we hear from Apex in these team comms, he's always very demanding of this team, and you know a loss like they just faced on Mirage, it's going to require a stern talking to, it's going to require the Vitality players to take a bit of stock here in this final. Hope they can tap into some of that signature resilience they've displayed so many times over.
To be a fly on the wall in that locker room after map 1, you just know that they were pissed. That was a huge lead. It was 11-1 opening duels in the first half. You had a 1-kill Yakinda, a 2-kill Keserato. You had FURIA right where you want them. So Vitality hoping to reset into their map pick, but well, it's quite the third round bye, Harry.
Yeah, there's something very surprising happening here. Molidoy brings out an AWP in round 3.
That's audacious, I say.
That's after the force buy in the last round. They're going to see just how much they can get away with.
Just know it's not expected. How long does that element of surprise survive? Oh, blocking that molly actually gives him room. It bounced off his head. Molidoy gets a second chance.
Remember, you just don't expect this. Nades could be huge. They've gone a little deep, and so Molidoy gets to fire off. You've learned about the AWP now, and that throws this whole round into question for Vitality.
There's still mind games here. Does the AWP rotate? Does it remain? If it sticks in the site, we see 4 strong on A for FURIA, so it's still a gamble no matter what you do. Vitality are going into a site blind in this round. Molidoy could be anywhere by now. But how about here?
You're thinking he's going to have repositioned. Fire that shot, get out of there, but Molidoy stuck to his guns on this. And so Vitality are going to play right into it. Are you arming them with the option of an AWP? Or is Molidoy here to tear it all the way? Contact taken at the spawn side first. AWP, swing and a miss for Molidoy. Makes up for it the second time round, and there's still a lot of damage done here. This is far from comfortable for Vitality.
Whoa, imagine if he found that first shot there. This could have been a huge advantage. Now it's still up for debate. It's still a question for FURIA on whether they can win it. Worth trying. So Mulo Health takes that AWP. No better man for the job. Are FURIA really just going to walk away? That feels like a waste. An opportunity presented by your AWP, and you don't even try and break the money. They've got to flank Banana at least. Saving is going to be the question here for Vitality. Can they survive? Oh, not anymore. Yeah. 2 low players, you're done for.
Playing a contain, a pretty smart move here. Thinking big picture, thinking across the whole series. The remainder of this map, you could earn that AWP back right now. You could really sweeten the deal.
They got it. 2 of the 3 survive with guns. Look, it's decent here for FURIA. Could have been the round. But instead, just keeping the pressure on early in this game. Believing in yet again, coming back in. Round 4, fall by. And that new update, that new Molly bounce, gives Molidoy a fighting chance.
He looks to be aggressive from the word go in the next round as well. Swing out in top mid, silenced instead. Yakinda gonna be the one to go bravely first. Challenge down through Banana. He's gotten out with a lot of damage and never knowing when to quit. Will take it one step too far.
Yeah, you want to say aggressive, or this is the guy you want to talk about. Yakinda doesn't know when to stop in Banana. We saw him on short on that CT side. This is a guy who is willing to get involved, throw himself into every opening fight. As a Vitality, this Banana control is never going to come for free. You see a setup. Will Keserato be expected?
Bait and switch, trying to set up Keserato. Out with a later swing, will at least get the trade, but now they're coming for him. And those nades are brutal. They bully the man in at top Banana, and they've teed up Vitality for this B take. Path of least resistance is the one right in front of them.
Round win off the back of it here. Vitality just keep it basic, keep it simple. It's the risk of dying for the car position. If you do so in quick succession, the site will always be taken. Vitality don't fall for any tricks. Clearing out backside, putting that bomb down, forcing the save of FURIA's round 4.
This is one of the more punishing details of Inferno. If anyone struggles in those heads-up fights, if you're going to give away entries in fighting for Banana, you can have a half where certain players never get to play. You're looking at the guys over towards the A site. Yuri having yet another save to his name early on in this game. Not getting to keep those hands warm, not getting to have any say in how the rounds play out. They're being won and lost in these Banana fights right now, and it's a lot of losing for FURIA.
Shocking Ikinda doesn't get that second kill. ZywOo with high impact to stop a 5v3 for coming in for FURIA. And great reaction there from Apex, double nading on K-Serato's position. Vitality right at home right now on this T side. 4-0 lead. Molodoi again tries to get involved, but clearly they want to stop it. ZywOo battles back in Banana. Fallen reflash. Chaos ensues.
Don't think you're going to expect this. If it's Ikinda still alive, you're worried about him getting aggressive. Fallen versus Apex. Smoke fades. Apex hits a blinder.
Quick flick.
Fallen didn't know what hit him. They still have a bit of ability to contest this Banana with K-Serato floating around as the third piece.
This is still a scary round for Vitality with no Banana control, and just seeing a player peek car there, you know it's a 2-1 setup. You know the AWP should be A, but you've also got two low players. And FURIA still keep you guessing. He thought about it.
It's just operating in the quiet right now for Vitality. Trying to use the fear of this 4-on-3 against FURIA, hoping they overthink it, but Molodoi is in the right place. He's even got support. Yuri down there in the pit. These guys have been waiting all game for a chance at the action, and they're going to thrive when asked to demand to be stepping up here. Yuri with the cover. And that crossfire is a thing of beauty.
Oh, Apex getting some frustration across this series from the captain here of Vitality, because they know, again, they walked right into the hand of FURIA in the downtime. Misread. Molodoi makes magic happen. Him and Yuri, simply done.
See there why Vitality have been looking to dodge this A side of the map. Oh, Molodoi tried his hand at a peek down middle. ZywOo, this time waiting for the challenge. Not something they've had to worry about yet. This AWP making an appearance now, and boy, did they learn about it the hard way.
They know they don't want to give FURIA time to think and to get players in position. They're just going to jump on this entry. They know it's two players.
K-Serato dead on the long side. Yuri, you've got a lot to do in this round and no room to maneuver.
Beautifully done.
Clean finish, and at the first turn of the ZywOo AWP on this T side, it finds immediate impact.
And you'd be surprised, right? Back-to-back mid-peaks for Molodoi. He is clearly trying to get involved early in this game. And Vitality have just been Molotoving middle. This time they don't need to. Oh, on the jump. Three clean entries plucked out of the air. And Vitality sit comfortably on their T side.
Vitality have already set a bit of a tone, right? If they get given these openers, if they get given the entries, they're going to follow through with a real pace behind it. That's something that Apex could look to use against FURIA later on in this first half. But for now, the going's good, and wherever these openers are provided is often where the rounds are just ending up for Vitality. They're not overthinking this. Faith that with greater numbers and better openings, They'll get through this first half unscathed.
Well, experience definitely matters in a position like Banana, so having Fallen here is integral. And aggression, all the same, Yakinda deposits himself down bottom B. Fallen trying to assist. Vitality feigning something in middle, but it's all about this Banana retake. Are we going to see a commitment on the crossfire for two? Caserato baiting for them. That molly just enough.
How about Yakinda still? Good for the kill. Fallen's played his cards too. They're aware of the double push, but now they've got to deal with it. Hard crossfire to get through. Apex can't brave it. How's Flames meant to fare? Two guns here ready to go against him, and they're getting mauled as they try and retake Banana.
It's a lazy clear, if anything, for Vitality just walking into it. I think they kept feeling like FURIA were going to back out of that setup. Caserato providing cover through the smoke. Never once did FURIA try to leave. And so 3 kills from Yakinda as they just go stumbling into the crossfire and force another save. That's right, Toron, load your booze.
Getting out with 5 alive, no small feat here. And he makes the future saves more impactful, means you get to keep the pressure on, keep these buy rounds coming through. And a chance here to break the money of Vitality. This is a real swing round coming up.
Just an unorthodox setup there for FURIA, bringing some new ideas to this final. Certainly caught Vitality by surprise. Can they keep it up? Because even with a lead right now, Vitality looking stressed.
Guys, I need you to listen to me, okay? Everything what I'm saying. Listen to everything what I'm saying and do everything what I'm saying, okay? Don't do anything. Don't overthink and just listen to my calls. I know exactly how they play and what they're gonna do.
Yakinda, the ideas man right now on this CT side.
He's promised them he knows the way. He's promised them he has the key. Yakinda provides another opening here in this skirmish for Banana. Bit of insight there as to how the second brain at the heart of this FURIA squad operates. Right now it's Yakinda calling the shots. And it looks to have rallied the troops. You find yourselves in a 5-on-3. How much does Yakinda truly understand the inner workings of Vitality? Do they see this push coming? He was ready for it, but Apex lands the shot, now wrapping. Chance to get in behind Fallen, who will deny that space. Down to a retake here as the site's conceded, but advantage lying with FURIA in spite of this bomb plant.
Oh, quick catch from ZywOo before the flash blooms. Him and Flames both so low, but the same can be said for FURIA as they try and strangle this site hold. ZywOo follows up. 2v4 brewing. Backside for Flames. Lines up the spread. He sees Fallen as well. It's Flames' round today. Team Vitality take it from significant disadvantage. Every kill counts.
You've got to admire what Flames can output in this Vitality squad, what he's been doing all tournament long. He has been on an absolute heater. Started off Mirage in fantastic fashion, keeping up appearances now. And I mean, this is a star-studded team. And Flames is a massive part of that.
Yeah, I even mentioned coming into last map, right, how all 3 firepower players of Vitality putting up better performances than last year when they took the trophy. That's coming into a grand final. We'll see if it keeps up. Certainly a good sign, though, from Flames. 6-2, and even though they win the round, Vitality need another to ensure their economy. So much fighting in Banana in this CT side. FURIA will finally opt against it.
I mean, this is why that last flawless rifle round for FURIA mattered so much. It's allowed them to keep the game competitive at least, right? Not rolling over and dying, not just playing with pistols here. You get another full buy on the cards, and that chance to reset Vitality hasn't really gone away. You could still do it here and now. Still be in earshot of a strong CT side. But these opening fights have mattered a hell of a lot, and again, ZywOo gonna offer one up for Vitality.
It's not really much of a tricky move. Molodoi should know that's coming. Young player eager to put his orb to use, but here on Inferno, you got to pick your battles and pick them wisely. Punished by ZywOo, and a 5v4 for Vitality to go wherever they want.
Wrapping towards this A side, Keiserato and Yuri, they really have their work cut out for them. They're getting surrounded right now. Contact taken first by Yuri up at the apartments. That allows the spam to come through. Now they've learned about Keiserato down here in the pit. Time is super low. Keiserato clinging on to the nail. Fallen.
Oh no!
Saves his life, and ZywOo's now missing. It's not the time for it. Just has time to plug in the numbers. Fallen's playing ahead of this, trying to shut him down, and that's giving him a chance. Yakinda takes it away. But that gets so uncomfortably close. It is by the thinnest of all margins that FURIA find another CT round.
Almost a ZywOo highlight to steal another round for Vitality, strong T side. A 2v4 right into that. ZywOo pinpoint, but still not enough. It's Yakinda shutting him up, and FURIA still dangling in this second map. Nice try, but not quite.
Here's the money break we were talking about though, right? Vitality have actually thrown cash into this. They've gone for a force buy. You don't just want this to be a pretty decent T-half, you want it to be fantastic, and so they've risked it all on giving ZywOo a hero gun. They've got plenty to play with, and they'll need their start. Try and kick things off with a bang. Missed shot for Molodoi up in the apartments, looking a little twitchy there at the dawn of Robs.
For a guy who gets a lot of shots in rounds on this CT side, Molodoi's having trouble doing so right now. Vitality doing a good job at countering him. They've shut down his mid-aggression. ZywOo besting him in the head-to-head. It's feeling like a tricky game for Molodoi. Down in the pit, on an A-hit, could be where he delivers. Yuri just shreds flames through the smoke. And as Apex goes back to line up utility, it thins Vitality's numbers furthermore. They have to go. ZywOo has to do it.
Molodoi with the swing and a miss. Blind on that shot from the pit, and now they're closing the distance on these pistols. Support in though in the form of this stack.
Careful.
Still breaking through his Vitality.
Would he?
Bomb planted. And Yakinda elects not to play. He's going to wait for Fallen. Going through on the fade of the smoke. ZywOo gets the spot off. Yakinda's got his number. This shot for Robs down in the pit, and now they're closing in. Right there is Yakinda. And he's leveled the bold claim that he knows how this Vitality squad think. He knows how they play. Well, he was the fourth man in tow in an A stack to shut down Vitality.
Yeah, right now it feels hard to doubt it. He's been in all the right positions, right? He's able to get a couple of multi-kills. He's been aggressive in Banana when needed. And that little walk through the smoke, that timing is perfection. ZywOo didn't even see him. He's trying to re-block long with a Molotov. Yakinda just catches him off guard. Such a naughty play for Yakinda. FURIA winning rounds, clinching right now. But looking to come back into this CT side. On a game that was 5-1. On a game that Molodoi has had minimal impact. FURIA are still here and fighting.
The beginning of this game, it was all about the Banana control. Fights that Yakinda just couldn't win out. Well, he's going in here playing up at the front against the pistols. Flashed in by his team. In, throwing through a loop. Can't get away with a kill. Fallen had to clean up, and from downtown, Keiserato and Fallen lay waste to Banana. Can it really be another late in the day recovery? recovery from FURIA.
This feels like such a frustrating game for Vitality. Only now do they call their first timeout, but it feels long overdue. Reignited by a cheeky 2v4 in that B-bomb side, but otherwise, it's been quite the recovery arc here for FURIA. Doing it by committee. Everyone getting their one. And it feels like Yakinda has never truly been caught off guard. Yes, okay, a missed shot there, but the setup was perfect, and 3 players from FURIA to re-swing and renade that corner. Vitality getting thrown through a loop.
Oh, Apex trying to send a bit of a message here. Aggressive in the top banana, a bit of frequent sight of these head-to-heads versus Yakinda. Teed up with a flashbang. He'll take Fallen down, but can't wrestle with Yakinda for this control.
Get out of there. Still more round to play. Molotov, lucky to be alive. He's going to hear them.
At bare minimum, right? Yeah, he's the early warning system on that deep line in the apartments. He even heard the steps out in mid, and he might get aggressive here. This is a very Molotov move to make. Brings the fight to Vitality.
Robs can't look. He has to play the package. His team have gone through the long smoke.
And there's the spot from Yuri. He's able to tell Molotov, they're coming for you. They're looking for you. So Molotov gets the gun on in time. Still iced out. ZywOo gonna get past him. And now Yuri down here in the pit, sandwiched on both sides, backstab, Yakinda and K Serrano hoping to combine. They're just gonna stop this man, and ZywOo, not an easy one to get past, seals the deal on a strong half for Vitality, breaking that furious streak in the final round of the first half. After letting Mirage get away from them, we set Vitality had to have resilience in abundance here. They had to go back to the locker room in between games and figure out how to break through, ready themselves for the tall task ahead while the star of ZywOo is shining bright. Played out of his mind to open up Inferno. 16-7, a clutch in the final round to win out the half of Vitality and stop the FURIA streak.
Yeah, nearly had a couple more in there as well, but FURIA do give birth to a 5-round CT side. Ideas flowing from Yakinda, but not necessarily all the rounds. FURIA are going to have to earn it on their offense. Fallen takes the wheel again.
That's one hell of a spot out here in middle for ZywOo. And it might give Robs a bit more freedom, feeling like he can play it forward. That right now, they're tunnel visioned on this top mid fight.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's losing the opportunities. No way. He loses on that fight. Messi now under pressure over on the long side again. You're left looking at ZywOo.
They're all missing. They're all whiffing. Flames recovers a kill. ZywOo hiding out in plain sight. Dangerous. K-Serato left alone, and ZywOo has saved them yet again.
9 HP. It's just telling yourself, no one give him a clean fight. We face him together. We can take him down a peg. One bullet will do it.
It's good smoke, but flank is coming in.
It's spam to the side in the pistol. No doubting ZywOo's contributions to map 2 of this grand final.
Yeah, you need him to be a superstar, right? This is #1 player of 2025, and of course with ample criticism of Donk besting him individually, statistically. When it comes down to it, the best player in the best team and the best season, ZywOo right now playing with the ego desired. Playing like Vitality deserve. Just because ZywOo has superstar teammates able to perform in their roles to the highest level, I can't take away from what this guy can do on the biggest stages in these grand finals that he did all year. For some time, Katowice felt like a curse to him. Finally broken in our final outing there, and here in Kraków. Same trophy to take, same title to defend. Vitality get Mirage out of their mind.
Chance for another Flames multi-kill as though he needed any more. Will only get out with one. Hold on, the Molinoid Eagle! It's broken through this B defense!
That is not meant to happen.
This was a round that FURIA took their time in. They were talking about the rifle round in front of them, but here, Molinoid makes things interesting. You're suddenly in a position to fight hard and fight for the win in round 2. Not even a force buy for FURIA. That one Deeg was all they had to work with.
It's a big smoke. Oh, and that's a better spray.
Closing in now, you get that first kill, you try and move quickly. Time quickly turning against Vitality. Can Molinoid take any more with him? No. Breathing a little easier.
It's a kitless retake as well. And it came down to a second. But a round's a round, and Vitality's counter ticking up now in this second half. 7-round T-side, converting their pistol into a full buy from FURIA. It's get going or get gone on Inferno. That third map is Nuke.
These banana brawls were commonplace all throughout the first half, and I don't think FURIA are in a giving mood to not go and fight for this position again. They've spotted Apex up close. 3 players here playing a contain, fumbling the boosts, fumbling those early peaks, and they will come to pay the price for it. Flames offered up on a silver platter.
You understand why Vitality want to fight this position? If you give FURIA banana, they are very good at just hitting double molly BXX.
Other thing I'll say is, even though we're all impressed by what ZywOo's brought to the table here, this is a very top-heavy scoreboard for Vitality, a team that usually win on the quality of all their individuals, everyone shining through in specific moments.
So being clutch is nice, but you're going to depend on multiple players in this half if you're going to hold it down, right? Rob's 3 and 9. We saw him whiff in the pistol. Mezzy 5 and 9. These are exploitable pieces for FURIA, and they look to try and find that.
Good catch for Robs. Now here's this mid-take coming in, going to try and block it. Plays up close. SMG getting away with murder. They'll play through, but he's got the bomb at his feet. And now the rotate's starting to come through for Vitality very, very quickly. This net is closing on you in top middle. You needed that kill to break through.
Bought as much time as he possibly could.
Look at this position from Molidoy, taking an aggressive streak. Up behind enemy lines, ahead of that retake.
He's just not afraid to get involved, is he? Should expect some fear from a young player. But the Tauron chants his name. And he gets the swing kill to force the save. This is a 6th round for FURIA. No kits, just damage here for ZywOo.
That's what they're fighting for. The oldest trophy in Counter-Strike. One that has always been so demanding.
Oh no, is that a miscom? Were they trying to boost there? Flames just jumping on Apex and not getting the crouch. These are the rounds that can frustrate.
I mean, this one's starting to feel a bit like old Vitality. You're needing a massive performance from ZywOo, and even then it doesn't guarantee you the success. One or two things feels like it needs to happen. ZywOo's just got to keep delivering in clutches, keep winning you unwinnable rounds. Well, you're going to need the rest of his team to step up and start filling the gaps. It was a big double from Robs there in what has been a pretty quiet map from him, but not even that proved to be enough. And you can sometimes feel the pressure in these games where only one guy's really stepping up. ZywOo might start feeling a bit of pressure to go for more opening fights, to try and force those engagements.
Yeah, headsets off, so we'll keep the finer details of the buy to ourselves, but to talk big picture, that trophy you just mentioned, we get one of two things today. We get Fallen 10 years on from his last Winter Championship Grand Final against Fnatic on a holy run of their own, or you get his 13 win streak in best of fives broken. One way or another, this game will be remembered.
So Vitality hoping to join that very exclusive club of teams who have taken this trophy back to back.
Spirit couldn't. And yeah, the scoreboard does worry me a little bit, but it's not like this is an uncomfortable map here for Vitality. They have the reps, they have the range, they certainly have the players. Can they perform and can they close from this lead?
Simon, we talk about how he might be feeling that burden to try and be involved a bit more early in these rounds, feeling like he's the only consistent point of output. Well, he tried his hand at the opening pick there. He'll actually fall in the way of Robs. Flames even with aggression all the way through the apartments. Molidoy just creeping underneath him for now. Spots that player deep down mid. That's where Flames is meant to hit, is the 1-2 punch. Fallen can't save him in time. fights. Now you've lost the bomb out here in mid.
Integral cover there for Fallen just to get the bomb back, to stop that gun getting picked up. Flames wanted to drop in there to get away with everything. This round is still live.
Got to be cautious. ZywOo lurks up here in the top of middle, and that orb drops the bomb again.
You can have it back, but you still want to get through the Woo. 1v2 in this site.
ZywOo hears him coming, every advantage to play with. Rare miss. Might not happen twice. He's got support as well. Yekindar doesn't feel the freedom of a bomb plant. They'll close in on him.
And ZywOo's playing like he is the best player in the server, and that might be because he is. Dropping into the pit, no teammates to support, just taking that heads-up fight. Knowing he needs to be that difference maker right now for Team Vitality, and at 23-8, another round closer for ZywOo. Hard to doubt a move he makes. Vitality on the road to ruin FURIA's dreams. To take back their map in this BO5. One gun.
Had those Molidoy entries in their Deagle round. You're hoping he can run it back now with the rifle. They've played through the smoke. Apex nearly caught on an awkward timing, but in the end, looks good to prevail as more players make their way over for Vitality. This B-pop wrecked.
4 out of Flames. Can't complain here for Team Vitality. Consider how caught off guard they are. Cleans house and burns the bodies. Timeout here for FURIA, and that is all gone. If they're going to embark on a comeback, there is no slowing the roll on this T side. It is now or it is never. You got to say, even with these slower players, these quieter members of Vitality, for them to sit at this scoreline is reassuring in a different way. Winning rounds off objective, winning rounds from disadvantage, coming up with clutches. Safe to say, it feels like Vitality's game.
And even here in this round that you talk about, where you kind of have to stake your claim to Inferno if you're FURIA, you don't love what you're coming into it with. You put a bit of cash into that last round. Had the hero gun for Molidoy, leaves you with less to work with here. You will get away with this fast banana control. That's been given to you by Vitality. And so FURIA going for a bit of a default here, trying to leave their options open. 2 players going scour their way through the apartments just to leave that backup option, a plan B in the tank for FURIA. This would be a very frustrating time for Vitality to go about retaking banana control right as you've given it up. That's looking like what they're doing. Moves made to go and take this space back.
Oh, not surviving.
Won't get out. Yekindar, important opener. Stops that check. Apex now just has to buy time. ZywOo's on his way over, but he won't last long.
How do you beat that?
ZywOo next on the scene. This orb has been such a problem. It's hitting so hard. Robs finds another on the spam. They're all getting cut down as they cross in.
3v5 in a blink of an eye, down to an advantage for Vitality. This is map point on the line.
You'll get out with a bomb plant. You never get a lot of time to feel comfortable here. Vitality are right there. Hand on your throat, ready to snap the life out from you. Fallen, Serato, they'll combine and leave it on to Mezzi. They've got the space, they've got the room. Tap on that bomb, forces one fight, and Serato, safe pair of hands.
I'm glad FURIA do something in that 2-on-3. That was getting out of control. That was 2 clean entries into the B bomb site for Yakinda, and still Vitality put in position to succeed. Big catches through the smoke, but FURIA push forward in that post plant. They don't just sit back and let Vitality play what we know to be often a perfect retake. FURIA come to them and find their second round of this T side. Baby steps in the right direction. And money, still a question for Team Vitality. Can it be broken? ZywOo says no.
Certainly not the first time you've seen Vitality on the ropes to open up a final. This is where FURIA, though, could try and depart from that by actually offering a challenge in map 2.
Yeah, if they take this round, FURIA are back in the conversation. They're back in with a huge chance to steal away this map. They are a very momentum-based team. We saw what that snowball looked like on the second half of Mirage. Vitality just could not catch a break. So can FURIA smash that money into oblivion?
Coming through, ZywOo might be low, but he's always good for the multi-kill, even hanging around. FURIA make it in, but a man down, wounded, and now flash play through that smoke. Rapidly, this is gonna start getting away from you. Rob's on the drop down, Molodoy's hit a blinder. And these 2 orbs may have to clash to decide the outcome of this all-important round. Molodoy tries to plug in the numbers. ZywOo in no position to play, not yet. Through the smoke, first contact taken, it's Flames out in the open. Dink on a Molodoy. Can he finish the job? There's no support from Yuri. You're in this all alone, Molodoy, and they're closing in on him. Vitality get on to map point.
Misses you will not forget anytime soon, Molodoy. Multiple shots, multiple chances. Not a player we've seen struggle in those positions. And ZywOo is taking the cake in this game. Ever-present AWP. In what is a 2v4 attempt to FURIA, again pulling it back to their favor. Vitality just rip it out of their hands. Flames the savior of this CT side. He has had so many multi-kills.
Vitality know it. This is the time to close this map. You're not going to get an easier chance to walk this one home, walk it over the line. And ZywOo hoping to leave an impression right away. Aggression out towards top banana will get thwarted by that util. FURIA might get the space, but are they given the room?
There are 16 multi-kills between Flamesy and ZywOo. There are 2 between the rest of Vitality. This is a 2-man army, and it's enough. But right now, this B site has only 1. The hearts beat as FURIA set up a final swing for Inferno.
You know, this push is either salvation or your last round on this map. You've got to get past Flames. He's been in his element all day. These chaotic fights where it's a scrap, it's a scramble.
Oh no, what?
On the reload, Yakinda chases him down. And they've lost the sight. They've lost it decisively at that.
He could have got that, man. Switched to the pistol. Yakinda was whiffing. Went back on the AK.
Do you really just commit to the save? You're so out of position here.
What can you do? You don't want to give them an AWP. You don't want to give them anything. They've come in with pistols.
That's the easiest round Vitality you're gonna get on their way to close out this map. Next one's harder, next one has guns, next one has everything FURIA need.
Yeah, surprised to see Flames fall in that position, right? Just as we're teeing him up. But more chances here for Vitality to finish what they've started. 4 rounds to close this game. Extaz keeping them calm.
See if that one fumble from Flames in what has been a flawless series has left the door open to a FURIA comeback. Everyone's a little more cautious, not going to leave it to some mad dash up through Banana.
I wouldn't be so sure. Kinder here, but not over-invested. Wasted molly. Flames must replenish, and FURIA look like they've got something set on this A site. Molodoi second, holding nades. Kinder gets that molly from Molodoi and now looks to push back this B hold. Inching back into an A play. Vitality pushed into their bomb site. ZywOo gonna get a chance to swing for the finish.
Good block here. You didn't have a lot of util coming into this round, and so Vitality, the fact they've held on to it so long. There's the spot on the smoke. Fallen never gets the chance to play. A very important trade for Yakinda. Gonna make a dash out towards the spawn. Oh, Yakinda had an inkling, had a feeling. Apex still gonna best him. And so this is it. There's no second chances. There's no plan B. FURIA have to just play with what they've got. It's a play out in towards this A site, into the crossfires. Vitality looking to wrap this one up right now, and they collapse upon FURIA. There's the resurgence, there's the resilience. Vitality have it in spades. ZywOo playing out of his mind. The star of Vitality shining bright. And what foundations to build this final upon. Both teams a map to the good.
8 wins in a row for FURIA on this map. I hope Vitality are as ready as we are.
Yeah, we're in the heart of the BO5 final now. This is where your fight or flight is activated. This is where you've got to play your best level yet. This is why we say BO5s are so demanding. You might be the first team to have put Vitality on the ropes, to have had them looking a little nervous. But following through, that's something that very few have been able to accomplish. ZywOo up here on the rafters. Ooh, gonna get out with one, even giving chase on a Molodoi. That proves to be one bridge too far. Cut down by Mezzi, no heroics from Molodoi in the pistol. Left looking on at Keserato here, as he's got a tricky 1v3 rolled out in front of him. Player through the vents, ready to backstab. That's Rob's closing in, and there's one thing that's always frustrating about this guy. Feels like he always gets behind you on a perfect window, perfect timing. Always where he's supposed to be. And he's just playing insurance policy here on this Keserato clutch, ready to shut it down if needed, but not a requirement. A clean pistol rolls through for Vitality.
Great start for Mezzi as well. He's been a bit quiet in this final so far, but we got a couple more maps that are really going to look to favor his fancy here. Nuke and a potential fifth of Anubis. These are where Mezzi does some of his best work, so a reassuring pistol round comes in for Team Vitality. A team that lives and dies together. Feels like everywhere FURIA go, they run into a double or a triple setup in that pistol. And ZywOo whiffs matter not. Pistol in. Okay, that's cocky.
Chase to Yakinda. And this force bite does does nothing.
Ouch. That first map just pissed him off. Back with a vengeance, Team Vitality. That's just so Flames, isn't it? The Eagles roam outside.
Just kind of let the players off the leash, see what they can do. That's the call in this one. Everyone has a deagle, everyone has a chance to pick and play and get involved. Crossing out in the yard, Yakindar will find one. That's where Apex running this interference out through Secret gets to maintain control, and there's aggression on all fronts here from Vitality. They're setting a real tone at the start of this third map. They're playing with no respect for their opponent, trying to get in their face. That was made apparent from the very start. The Flames chased down the vents. Now they're hounding down of those deagles in the yard.
Those first 3 rounds take me back to Mirage, to be honest. Clinical work from Vitality, thirsting for kills, and getting out with clean rounds. Can they keep it up, though? Furia's gun round in play. We know Furia have been a rock on this map. A lot of their success, though, coming from that CT side, so still going to need them to break through, but it's a second half game here.
So who brings that AWP out straight away?
Wow.
Is Serato going to make it down the vents? Now they try and hit ramp. That'll feed ZywOo one on this AWP. He's hanging around. ZywOo wants to try and fight, not content with just the one, and that's one step too far, right into Yakindar.
I like the idea.
Another player on the ramp.
Ooh.
You're not ready for that. You think ZywOo was here alone. Robs is cut through the offense, and now in behind them. That's a free kill on Molodoy.
Oh.
Yakindar can't go anywhere as he's boxed in. Serato and Yuri left to the wayside here. And what are you supposed to do at a moment like this? Low health on Serato. He feels trapped down at that B side. Yuri's got to be where they alleviate some of this pressure.
Oh, he needs to go. He's got the timing right now. They're not considering this, but the boost coming up gives strong position to Vitality. Ooh, goes wrong. Apex over his shoulder. Checks out Hell. Pays the price. Is he ready for more? Messi tucked in. Yuri more scared of that B bomb site where Rops could lurk. And in fact he is. 2 separate 1v1s. Yuri's got to get a move on.
Catch for Rops, and time's running low for Yuri. No time to clear out Messi. It's a crisis averted. Not allowing these disadvantage rounds to come through anymore. Vitality are not in a forgiving mood.
And sure, recent form for Furia, right? 8 win streak, been a great map, but this was a map that Vitality in the middle of last year went on a huge streak of their own. They matched 8 as well. They managed 14 out of 15. In a row.
Yeah, blinded to open up this round as well. Yakindar just tried looking for info out in the yard, and it's the last thing he got to do in this pistol round. Not how you want to be hemorrhaging players early on. Every kill you give to ZywOo only builds his confidence up, and you don't want this guy feeling right at home in this final. Molodoy outclassed him on map 1, but that's no longer the case. Nice set on the A play. ZywOo's in the right spot, gets himself teed up in heaven. Rifle's gonna hold the line. Oh, Fallen in case Serato break through. Now they've got the AWP to contend with. Apex closing in, and again, you just get sandwiched on both sides.
We're just seeing ego from ZywOo right now. Re-peeking with pistol at the back of the site. He has an AWP, he doesn't need it. Vitality just swinging for the fences. And this was always the case, right? You can't be a top team. You can't certainly be the best team in the world without Nuke in your repertoire. The most technical map in Counter-Strike for some time. All the best teams in the world have amassed massive win streaks on this map. Vitality just the same. And so as FURIA do their own, Vitality come to punish. It's a swing and a miss for Mezzi, just damage on Yuri. Yakinda takes a lot as well, so don't get ahead of yourself with this man advantage thinking that FURIA have full control. We've already seen Vitality swing in aggressively on this CT side. They're not going to stop.
You know, with the dinks coming through, with the idea that Vitality have shown a very aggressive face to open this up, you don't get to be that comfortable in this 5v4. Even now, you're trying to anticipate, well, what's their next move? Where's the aggression going to come? ZywOo on this angle. The AWP feeling overkill for this head-to-head, and it's given away for free. That was the beginning of the A play. Yuri meant to act as the tip of the spear, ends up getting lopped out first, and now ZywOo eyes on at the main side. No limit to what he's been capable of in this series. ZywOo just keeps going. Serato can't hack it, and still flawless for Vitality.
The near-perfect player, ZywOo, up close and personal, in your face, puts that AWP down your throat. FURIA choke. 0 T rounds so far. Everywhere they go, Vitality set up in numbers. 6-0 lead on that ever so favored CT side. You see Yakinda getting away with success outside. So much of FURIA's T-half relies on Yakinda's space taking in the yard, getting down secret, getting a position so FURIA can play a late round. But he is getting AWP'd, he is getting dinked, he is getting harassed on these crosses. Yakinda back with pistols leads the charge to this yard. Serato keeps them concerned about the prospect of a top hit, but Yakinda walks behind the Molotov down below. Flames here, not playing for info, but committing for a fight. ZywOo never far away.
Flames might never get cleared. Might just get to have his say out from the single door. Yuri goes to scout that position. Now ZywOo allowed to play. Shooting gallery, Fallen clawing one back. Look at who you've got to face next. It's ZywOo looking for his 10th kill, and he's going to get it. Pistol pulled, whips Fallen away. Serato all alone, wrong end of the map. And even getting down this vent is tenuous. There's the spot for Robs. You're now locked in an awkward fight here. Not one you're able to close on. Domination right now from Vitality.
Sending a message, that is for certain. You may have stolen a Mirage comeback from Team Vitality, but they are not happy about it. Clean Inferno. Moments where FURIA could come back, none taken.
Doing this now though, to FURIA, their map pick, the big win streak that you've spoke about. That takes sending a message to a whole new level. Boost up in the yard. You need Molodoi to provide. Flick down needed, missed shot. Not gonna get given a second chance. Apex staying around this smoke, keeping the pressure on. Nearly finds a man in at the back. Instead, it's Molodoi brought down first.
That smoke break helps Apex. Fallen sets his star up not to succeed, but to perish, and everyone dies. 4v2, stuck outside. ZywOo still scoped.
Won't survive the crossing. Yakinda can't find his usual ground out in the yard. Fallen left to save. They won't let him get away with it. Everyone facing, everyone chasing. Vitality want it to hurt.
Clinical game. A contagious flow state, everyone communicating. calling the flashes, knowing their role, what's open, rotating B to perfection, never overplaying, but still aggressive, still ever present. Apex throwing himself outside.
Surely we get a timeout soon for FURIA.
Yeah, they need to stop this. It's already out of control. It's not yet beyond saving.
Yeah, you're already in a tailspin. The best thing you're hoping for now is just softer landing.
He just got wallbanged with no info. ZywOo just banged him through the box.
Left to an A play, but Vitality, they've just been so decisive in these moves. They've padded out the top site. Smokes will give rise to the fear that FURIA could be crossing down Secret. And so one man sent away from the stack.
Barely any fear. I mean, you're dropping Vent. That just shows you don't believe in this. Flames checks it out, and he's probably just going to go right back up. It's a little bit too quiet right now. So Flames is ready to assist on this A site if required. FURIA will cross very late and dry, but what's the goal? Main split? Pistols? Up against ZywOo in heaven?
Position for the orb, that's if they even need him to play. Right now, the rifles meant to be able to hold this down. Missed shot for ZywOo. Messi provides cover, and there's Flames up through the vent as promised.
Too many guns. FURIA field none of them. Vitality laying waste.
They're getting beat into the ground. It's not even competitive. These rounds are not falling close.
And I know FURIA rely on their CT side quite heavily in these games that they've won on this win streak, but this is not the T side we've come to expect. They haven't had any of the control that they usually do. They're going to try and up the pace.
Passed out through the door, and they've caught a good timing. For once, Vitality didn't have a stack here ready to receive. They have the site control.
This could be.
You've got to hope that from getting these positions, it's enough to finally break the streak of Vitality.
You just want to go for it. You got Flames on 16k. You just want to give this a try, Vitality. So let's see what a 5v5 upper retake looks like.
Util getting burned through for FURIA. It is going to slow the roll of any retake. Case Serato makes life even harder there with an opening onto Apex.
Good molly.
They're going to go now on the back of this flash. Two of them come through to try and set up Mezzi. Yakinda locks them out of this retake. And double AWP now for ZywOo and Robs. It's not meant to be. Streak ended in round 10. FURIA finally on the board.
Okay.
No bells, no whistles. It's just an all-in A play, and they catch a favorable timing.
And not insta rush, just by a few seconds here. Vitality take their setup. They read it wrong out of spawn. No worry. A brief round, a brief moment here for FURIA. But Team Vitality with ample opportunity here on their opponent's map pick. An admirable attempt at what should be an impossible post plant. Robs is still yet to die here in round number 11. Eternal. ZywOo Inferno. Takes out all back up top, and he sees the cross. It's info, if nothing more, knowing Yakinda is solo down on that B-bomb site. They don't need to over-rotate. They just need to reinforce ramp.
You're telling Robs to be ready for it. Yet to die in the map thus far. Robs might not be dying, he's doing a whole lot of killing. Forced off the line after that missed shot. Ramp room taken. FURIA have the space they were hoping for, but down in this lower site, it won't be an easy take. You've got an entrenched AWP, you've got Flames rotating down earlier. It's a trap hold. If there ever was a time for Yakinda to find something, it's now. On this door swing, got to be ready for two players, got to be ready for Flames playing underneath. Rest of FURIA making their way out the ramp side. Flash is good, sets up Yakinda. Now it's just the to get past. Robs doesn't want to die, finally parts way with that AWP. But boy, has he put in one hell of a shift. Some hell of an effort. 3-on-2 retake looms over FURIA. And they're getting iced out. Molodoi backed into a corner. Not long for this world.
And this CT side is looking as perfect as their first season. Just one blemish on the record here for Team Vitality. Everything else coming up in their favor from every position. Sick sequence from Robs, and just a turnaround in form as well, because even though Vitality won Inferno and the score was convincing, some of the individuals weren't. We were seeing missed shots for Robs. Mezzi came in cold on Mirage. Both those players putting in a hell of a shift right now. ZywOo is taking the glory, but every single player of Vitality holding their position strong. And even those little details like Yakinda crossing down Secret is information Vitality have. They know what you're doing.
FURIA have been so reluctant to use these timeouts. They burned their second one here in the final round of their T-half. ZywOo with another aggressive opening. No doubt he is feeling it in this final.
Love to see him showing it, putting it all out there. While some Opers shrink back, play passive, let their team take the round. It's ZywOo who forces answers. Pushes right into FURIA. Smoke is a bridge too far.
First time they haven't really had proper info out in the yard, and that is a consequence of ZywOo looking for this pick in the lobby. And so Flames has deployed that smoke very, very early. That's screaming that Vitality are worried someone's made it down Secret. First time really in what feels like this whole game, Vitality are having to fly a little blind.
But they're getting info and they're getting it quick. They've just locked off ramp at 40 seconds. Even Mezzi's pushing the hut. All of Vitality are further forward than FURIA are ready for.
At the doorway, ZywOo won't let them in. Yakinda are going to take the space away, but they get chewed up in the lobby. It's down to this. Fallen and Yakinda.
You can have the sight, but at what cost?
The brains of FURIA have to get through the brawn of Vitality. Fallen with a reposition up on top of the hut. Yakinda playing a little later from main, ready to swing on Fallen's contact. They've had time to get a setup together. Flash comes out. Fallen takes that first fight. Time's running out here for Vitality. They've got to get a move on, and with that, you're not as diligent, you're not as clean in these checks. It's something for FURIA in the final round of the half. A measly 2 rounds to their name as Vitality go from strength to strength in this grand final.
Last time these teams clashed in a grand final, FURIA punished on Vitality's perma, but that's all ancient history. Here today, Vitality take it to them on FURIA's best map, an 8-win streak and a 10-round defensive half. Team Vitality sending a message to FURIA.
Yeah, they've been outclassed from top to bottom. Not being a competitive third map by any margin. They've had answers for everything. They shut down Yakindar out in the yard. They came through with aggression from the word go. Robs, who's been quiet in this series, put in one hell of a map, one hell of a half out towards the ramp side. Everywhere you look, FURIA couldn't make a dent. Yakindar tried to be cheeky to start off this pistol round, trying to provide a bit of levity to the rest of FURIA. Ramp brawl to decide the outcome in the pistol, and Vitality still break through. ZywOo, star of the last two maps by quite the margin in this pistol round. They weren't ready for Yakindar, but he's not able to get the drop on him. They'll get past him. Bomb now planted, and an awkward round in front of FURIA.
2 opening kills here for FURIA, and Vitality go into a ramp stack. They are out with the bomb plants and favorable positions. Just a couple pushing buttons here for Vitality. Lock in this T-side pistol, but K-Serato has more to do. Molodoi shot from death. Mezzi up top. Here's him coming through. He knows, and he's got the round. With that, maybe the game. Merriman on the stage. And FURIA swallowed whole.
You know, been waiting for a bunch of these names for Vitality to really get involved in this grand final. It's been ZywOo and Flames doing a lot of the heavy lifting, while here on Nuke, it's been about those other guys. Just a chaotic round as they run through the door. The bomb doesn't make it.
Okay, this is going to get weird right now. That bomb is on the top site. Vitality are in B. They have to come back up. FURIA protecting a package. Vitality scrapping.
Right now they're tunnel visioned on the fight to Apex out in the yard. That has allowed Flames to sneak his way back up through the vents. They're very focused on getting past Apex. That's allowed Mezzi and Flames to close in on the rest of them. Oh, the Night Scout's going to end this. FURIA want to follow through on the chaos they caused early, and he's getting whittled down, finished off. Map point already bestowed upon Vitality in just 15 rounds of play.
FURIA are in the washing machine. They are banging their head against the glass, screaming, "Get me out." Another advantage, bomb at their feet, Vitality everywhere. And FURIA full panic, full shock. Fully dominated on this third map.
You can feel the nerves. You can feel them in how that moment breaks down for FURIA.
And no one's coming to save them. Yakindar with a couple of multi-kills in their 2 rounds, but otherwise it's been an absent FURIA in this third. And even Yakindar felled. Molodoi has never had a chance to get this CT AWP, and it will not come now. For a pure AWPer like Molodoi, his role straight relinquished. With a stomp, a statement from Team Vitality.
You talk about sending a message. A scoreline like this to break the streak of FURIA on a home map for this squad, well, that certainly serves the purpose. And you want them feeling ice cold? Come that map number 4, this one looking full brutally in Vitality's favor. And as the whole team look on, they know the Fallen, not the man for the job here. Vitality dominate on Nuke. That record of FURIA, and their home map now broken, now away from them. Vitality are a map away from defending their title and lifting this trophy all over again. Full swing. Is this weight too much to bear?
Eight wings on Nuke broken, 7 wings hanging in the balance for Vitality. The best T-side in the world on Overpass, and Keserato jump shots!
You can't believe that's the first kill of this oh so important map. Will it come to matter? Because ZywOo's come through with multi-kills of his own. Suddenly you go from celebrating the most impossible shot to being thrust into a 2-on-3 retake. And with ZywOo having already taken space, he's looking to drive a nail in the coffin of FURIA. Backstab connects. And ZywOo stuns us all in the pistol.
Despicable shot matters not for Keserato. It is the ZywOo 4K as he looks to break records. Run that back. This is on track to be ZywOo's best tournament ever. This map decides.
That was the one gun in the round. Molodoi with the Deagle playing fast and loose out towards mid. Rest should just be a cakewalk here for Vitality. They're closer than you're ready for. Yakindar doesn't even get to fire a bullet. And so no issues getting through the stack. Looking like another one of these strong starts for Vitality.
Starters you mean to go on. Forget that first map. The winds have changed. The crowd has flopped. Vitality are favored.
Molodoi's bringing his AWP out straight away. And if you're FURIA, you hope more than ever that this kid enters switched on with a point to prove in map 4.
Yeah, because he had a mind-blowing Mirage, but since that point, he has gone quiet in this final. Sure, Nuke, T-side, never really got a chance to don it, but Inferno, multiple attempts. Vitality run rings around him.
You know, you think about Molodoi individually, all the conversations around this guy, how explosive he is, rookie of the year. If you want to be one of the greats, you've got to be ready to tango with someone like ZywOo.
Yeah, he's been
best in his class. And if you want to be in that conversation, you've got to beat him.
He's been the counter to so many pieces, right? Bested Donk, 14-7 head-to-heads in that semi-final. Shut him down time after time. And well, right now, it's a team effort to dispatch of Molodoi. Let's put Vitality just minutes from this title. So can they keep Molodoi under their thumb? In this round, it certainly does seem like it.
A lot of players with nades out here right at the start of this hit. Got to get gun on in time. This is a bonus round for Vitality, so you want to try and brave your way through it. Trades go back and forth. Vitality have broken through the B-site defense. And so onto a retake now. Looks like Molodoi could be asking for a boost here, looking to make that first incision on the AWP. Need him to connect. Will get given a chance if ZywOo takes even a step out of line. Rob's right underneath them. Miss on the jump check, nothing being offered here. And Yakindar, first blood in the retake.
That's enough. And I mean, we saw this in Chengdu, but I feel like it's happened again. Fallen dropped Molodoi this AWP and left himself without armor on his rifle. Knowing if FURIA to ever have a chance It's got to be off the back of this AWP stud. He will save it. And so Vitality kick off strong on the T side of this fourth map.
Good chance we see these AWPs clash. They're heading to opposite ends of the map right now. But here on Overpass, those kind of AWP head-to-heads can run into him. Soraya taking a spam fight that it maybe shouldn't have, been brought down low right off the top of the round. Molodoi in a very aggressive position. A pretty aggressive stance across the board here for FURIA. Maybe feeling like Nuke was just too out of their hands, right? They never really had control over that game, so trying to force it through in the opening gun rounds here.
Vitality comfortable with sitting back. Saiwu's not even out of the playground yet. Minute on the clock. This aggressive setup for FURIA means they can react and push long, but not if Vitality come to them. Is Saiwu ready on the jump? Missed shot. Yuri bails out his mate. And so Vitality forced into the other side of the map. Fallen, is he ready? Flash forces the kill. 5v3 for FURIA.
Nice to see they've got these moves up their sleeve, right? Little flash play just to bring Fallen into the picture. Advance this man advantage even further, but you have missed this timing on Mezzi. Molodoi could catch him here. Doesn't even have to. Fallen's got the cover.
Sick.
Darts forward for the gun. Oh, and a nade from Apex.
Oh,
no! 2v5!
Blink of an eye.
And this would just shatter the morale. This felt like a round building for FURIA. A bit of composure, playing it how they normally do, setting each other up, but could get decided in those instantaneous fights that Apex brings to the table. He'll wait. He knows the pressure no longer on Vitality. Cooler heads look to prevail as Apex and Flames sit back. And the fights come to them!
Oh no, Apex star of the show. That's a dangerous omen here for FURIA in this fourth map. 4 frags in a 2v5, and it all happens so quick. Before FURIA can realize what's happened, it's already over. And you need those rounds on CT Overpass. Because T does not come easily. Vitality making you question that, but they right now are in a league of their own. The most formidable squad on this map. Even beating FURIA last time they played. Despite the 2 series wins in a row for FURIA towards the end of 2025. Again, Fallen buys Molodoi the AWP.
Very aggressive move for Saiwu. Will get countered. Yakindar, Deagle out towards mid. Chance at the second here. That flash makes things awkward, but it will get Yakindar out of the danger zone. They're giving chase. They're right here. And guns aren't even out. Molodoi tried his best to recover, but all of Vitality swarmed that mid-take.
I don't think FURIA were ready for quite the reaction. They get a 5v4. They miss a shot. It feels inconsequential. All of Vitality storm through middle. And it's these moments that they just are perfection in. Freezing, 3v2. Let FURIA come to you. A flank gives Mezzi exactly what he's waiting for. So Keserato can't make a move. Yuri will, but it will leave him completely out of the round.
Yeah, just constant, great experience plays from Vitality, and it's experience they've gained on their run to being the #1 team. The idea that when they're in these advantage positions, when they're putting this squeeze on their opponent, they know the stress they're under. They know they feel forced to make a move, and so sitting back, grouping up, these are the right things to do. You, as far as you're concerned, Vitality, have all the time in the world to win this trophy. Same cannot be said for FURIA, who don't check this corner. And Mezi delivers death in an instant.
In Kraków alone, Vitality come into this final as the best team in 5v4s and the best team in 4v5s. All the stats for their favor. And when you add in breaking FURIA's win streak on Nuke in the way they did, how can this final not feel destined for Team Vitality?
And what you're playing for now is the chance to kind of destroy them in back-to-back maps. That would be one hell of a way to claim this title. The idea that it was only competitive as long as Vitality allowed it to be.
They had us in the first map, not gonna lie. But FURIA, since the second half of Inferno, have been a non-factor.
And you can just feel the comfortability on Vitality. Everyone's getting a big degree of freedom, even now. Mezi, usually the safe pair of hands, right? The guy that's left in these clutches, well, he's taking tremendous space away.
A lot of noise is being made.
Doing it all on this contact walk as well. Molidoy's gonna die. He had no idea anyone could even be here. And so Mezi's rolled out the red carpet.
Sure, bomb is a long way away, but FURIA don't know that. For all they know, Vitality could have 3 guys in the bomb site. And so Vitality are cautious, clearing long together, but they have no reason to be concerned. Yakinda, the only way to save this round is be proactive, clear this position and clear it quickly. Without this kill to Mezi, the round just falls in Vitality's lap. Yakinda goes for the swing, that's a big frag, maybe there's still a chance.
Yakinda's trying to give them one. Trying to give them some lifeline to hold on to in this round. Has support now arriving. Yakinda no longer alone, but he's gone in an instant. Playing through the smoke of FURIA. Desperate play for Fallen. Desperate grasp at the round. Slips away from them. And is Serato really just going to try the same move, the same thing? Smoke walk out into the open. Flames it in, trade in places. Serato. Finally, something goes their way.
Love to see FURIA go for that round. I think so many teams would be willing to save when they lose Molidoy to Mezi in that way. But Yakinda realizes what's going on, that the bomb is very late, the Vitality were focused B at the beginning of the round. Flames delays the inevitable big double in cover of the bomb plant, but it matters not when Serato comes through the smoke with the clutch. Yakinda refusing to hand this final away.
Hasn't taken much to reignite hope. One round, one clutch for Serato. The tail end of 2025 when FURIA went on that streak of matches. Serato did have some very impressive overpass games. Feels like he might be a requirement to stand and deliver here. All this talk around Molidoy. But if Serato can find his voice, you could still hope for something on this CT half.
Molidoy's going to be at the openers, right? He's going to be looking for the picks. He's going to be stopping these A hits, but Serato is all about clutching on this map. He is the last to die on that B bomb site. And the last to rotate into A. .5v4.
Flash, but no peek on the back of it. Fallen just lies in wait. That's the bomb now spotted. That's all the info here, but a good spray. Mezi and Zaiwu have found a foothold. Gonna be down to Yuri and Molidoy with the cover to try and shut this one down. All of FURIA arrive. They'll play into the site. Vitality come looking, and they've spotted Yuri out of the barrels. Yakinda up and over. Molidoy spotted in the heavens. Will answer the call. And so baby steps on your way to coming back in this final, but it had to start somewhere. 2 rounds back-to-back, breaking the money of Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality right now laughing it off, a bit of team damage, not going to plan, walking dry out B. But make no mistake about it, that Queso Auto clutch has reignited Furia's hopes. And they've broken Vitality's money for the moment. Kinder, this is crazy. They are all right here, and that nade reveals position. Mezzi tries to punish, re-flash, Yakinda back for more, and he's got it in spades. Multi-kill before ZywOo's deconnects. Molodoi punish as well. And Vitality's pistols should be put to bed.
Whoa, Molodoi's low on health and still taking fights.
It's a good sign.
Just nice to see them getting out from, you know, under the thumb of the Vitality game plan. You felt so restricted on some of these previous maps. You lost a lot of the confidence. You weren't the team making moves anymore. Seems like FURIA have said, look, if we are going to go out, if this is how it ends, we're going out on our terms.
It's a very strong T side, but it would feel wasted if FURIA were to break back in with a strong CT half. 5 is already quote-unquote enough. But momentum makes all the difference here for FURIA. Vitality looking to cut back in. Full buy, no AWP. Post timeout.
Seeing those smiles quick to fade from Vitality as they recognize this is becoming a harder game by the round.
As Xtaz said after the last map, happy, but the job's not done.
Oh, he's ready for the boost. He's seen these tricks before. Just a different player stepping up and providing these entries every time. Sometimes it's Yakinda roaming, Molodoi now throwing his name into the conversation. Another 5v4 for FURIA.
It's a very fun A-side setup. These two together. And again, a 5v4 untraded, allowing FURIA to sit comfortably in their sights. Trying to stop this B-pop. Vitality changed their mind.
Yeah, this is very late in the round. A lot of squads wouldn't elect to do this. You don't have any control over towards A.
Is this a Molodoi highlight waiting?
It's just such a long rotation. It leaves you with very little time, and you have to really believe that every angle you run into is going to be clear. Vitality have believed that the entire way, running knife out to try and get here on a solid time limit.
He didn't see them.
Yakinda's just missed that info on the jump. They're now closing in over towards long. Molodoi doesn't know it, but he's getting pincered right now. They are right here and ready to go. Income Vitality, you get one step, you get one warning, one chance to try and shut this down. Yuri and Yakinda scrapping, holding on, and Rops won't have the time. FURIA piece it together. The streak continues.
5 rounds for Vitality and 4 right back in their face. They have no business winning that so clean. Mistimings, misinformation. Still, Yakinda and Yuri multi-kill. And Vitality getting a bit desperate towards the end of this T side. Just Robs his saved gun.
Your back's against the wall throughout. That's how this 4th map always goes. Big question for me is how many rounds does it take for FURIA to feel comfortable? 5 is already good on this T side, right? But if you're able to snatch 7 in a row straight away back in the other direction, that will pump you up. It gives you something to go off of.
Feels like the minimum.
ready for a B play here. Fallen's got the right read. He's got 4 players down towards this lower end of the map, and so Vitality might give them exactly what they're hoping for.
Straight into Keserato. Run and gun with a Tech 9. He gets out after 1. Bomb dropped, Fallen multi. Shut them down. 5 rounds for FURIA. You called them baby steps, but now they're taking in their stride. Recovering the half.
And it starts with that Keserato clutch. From there, you've made each round cleaner than the last. Molidoid shrunk down into that seat earlier on. He wasn't enjoying his time on Nuke, but finally seeing some of that signature FURIA showmanship again as they're on their way to recovering this half.
Vitality, some disrespect.
Oh,
now.
this is a change.
Going in quick.
Are you ready for the up-tempo B hit? Keserato certainly isn't in danger of getting caught out here. There's the flash. That's the one signal you get. The rest of FURIA are out of position. Keserato's going to be a one-man army. Has to leave them in good shape if they want to win this round, and he gets nothing done.
Crazy call to make. But while they do it, FURIA are 4 middle, fighting for fountain control. Every single player but Keserato, and even he not ready. Catches a whiff of Rops on short. It's too little, and it is too late. Vitality run through the monster smoke and steal a 6th round, or do they?
On the upside, with all these rounds being so damn clean, you feel like you have nothing to lose if you're FURIA. You're going to have the AWP in the next. You're going to have full rifles, so you get to give a round like this a try.
Just got to run. Already half gone. Beautiful.
Flames, they have no idea. They don't even know. Flames picks them apart before the retake even happens. You're considering trying something very unlikely, and Flames ruins the day.
A reality check here for Fallen, outcalled in round number 11. Vitality break just back in like that.
FURIA, you're telling yourselves you can't lose faith.
Not again.
You know, you've gotten this far listening to Fallen, listening to these aggressive moves you've been willing to make at the beginning of the CT rounds, and so you can't have your faith shaken in that. This time, players in the right place. There's the lineup for Fallen out at Monster. And he buys them precious seconds, as well as this advantage. 5 on 3. FURIA ready to respond. Going tit for tat with Vitality in this entire first half. Zabu's been so patient, hoping that someone gets curious, someone plays for the info, gives him a fight that maybe they shouldn't. And that fight is coming his way. Yakindar, never one to shy away from an engagement, ends up giving one to the Zywoo Orb. Play out through the monster tunnel. Keserato and Fallen, danger of getting lined up here. Fallen will block. 35 seconds, dying light to the round now.
Of course, Rops backs up.
Zywoo moves around to join him. They know they have a man trapped on the right-hand side, and the flash play's not it. They've given a kill away. 2 versus 4 in this one, and Vitality try and change things with seconds on the clock. This is a last second change of heart. Molidoid in place to deny. 1 kill on the bomb will stop this round in its tracks. Missed shot, they get in, but he nails it the second time around. Zywoo doesn't have the time to close this out. FURIA even out on the half. They still have fight left in them.
right side mountain city.
Yeah, you
Can you
want
hit?
I'll actually, yeah. I need to default. I'm playing close.
But I can't come close to you, shot.
Yeah. Ready to pick. Go to side.
Yup, let's push.
Side. On city.
Dan, you're insane.
Oh no, no good idea. I'm the best idea we play with.
Vitality looking to etch their names into this iconic trophy of Counter-Strike. Into the history books as back-to-back winners. Feed the very few squads have been able to accomplish over the years. And even though FURIA have gone some way to a resurgence, they now move onto the harder half, this T side. You will be tested. Vitality, they feel composed, they're feeling calm. Bit of chaos out here towards Long. Apex unable to follow up and they're closing in on him. He'll get out with his.
Good body block for Yakinda. Wastes Mezzi's ammo and time, puts things in a 3-on-3. Robs, of course, nestled into an uncomfortable position, but he's going to hold for a flank. FURIA won't commit, they walk towards this setup. ZywOo and Flames, the front runners of Vitality, and FURIA walk away.
I always say Rops is exactly where he's supposed to be, exactly when he's supposed to be there. And this backstab could be a keen example of that. That's the bomb at the back of the pack on Fallen. Had to go back and get it. That slowed your roll, that slowed you down on this B play. It's bought time for Vitality to make their way over. Okay, Serato and Molidoy, it's the 2 stars. Never allowed to feel too comfortable. Assemble what setup you can.
Trust in this P250 to pick them off. And then Serato to clutch up close.
Oh, Molidoy lives up to his end of the bargain. Can't secure the second. That's where Serato is meant to spring to life, and they pull through. They don't crumble. They're going nowhere. FURIA with a pistol to start this second half.
A very difficult recovery in that B-bomb site with all the info for Vitality. But FURIA are not done believing. Fallen has a legacy to defend. 13 best of 5s in a row. The last time he lost at this very event, back in 2016.
For a guy like Fallen, you know, he's been around so long, been at the cornerstone of Brazilian Counter-Strike so long, you assume there's nothing this guy hasn't done. You know, this is the one outlier on that record, never getting the trophy here. So a chance to even strengthen that legacy in the twilight years of his career.
And it never gets easy, right? He lost back in 2016 to Fnatic on the back of a 6-tournament win streak. And now facing Vitality, the world's best in this final. You've got to earn it.
Got to hold strong against this force. Vitality have a funny way of making these work. As he goes 1 for 1. Rotates now arrives, smokes are good just to lock him out of it, but all of a sudden in comes a bloodthirsting ZywOo.
Big kill. Stems the bleeding.
He's inspired Apex to try his hand at the same play. Next kill decides everything. If you lose that opening fight, suddenly these CTs can start flushing their way past you. An important one for Yuri to pick up. Shadow spotted on the next, and Yuri's a rock. Rops can't play. And so FURIA will get to build upon this lead.
This would be a shocking victory. And we're still not quite there yet. Waiting on Vitality's gun rounds on the CT side on their 7-map win streak. On what is often known as the best half of Counter-Strike, CT Overpass. But FURIA are certainly making this interesting.
And I think one of the things that's beautiful here on this 4th map, the idea that all the individuals went missing at the same time on that one previous. Well, here it is the definition of a win by committee. Everyone at 10 kills. Everyone's pulling their weight. So as you look down the line, you see the guys sitting next to you fighting just as hard as you are. It's inspiring FURIA to give this all they've got. Fallen chased back in the connector. Yuri trying to stop the spillover, stop this from getting out of control, but he can't handle it.
Vitality always threatening, even when they're not meant to be. This would be a death sentence, Molodoi. Rob's caught aggressive and not punished, just warned. A tickle as the bomb moves back. Yakinda here to punish.
Trying to outposition Robs is a very hard game, and Yakinda decides not to even take that fight. Instead, using the element of surprise, he slipped past them out here towards short to go and net that kill. The one that's meant to bring you in to the B site. He's even been given forewarning about ZywOo.
ZywOo against all of FURIA in this B site. He has no support right now. 5 seconds held. Rob's backstab, but can they cross with the bomb?
Smoke down, only way to get him off the angle, and that bomb can now make it in. Rob's just a second late to what could have been a game-defining kill.
A couple of times now. That bomb still hasn't planted. 5-7 denied. They search the frags, they find what they want, and they leave Robs once again at the back of the pack. Molodoi comes running for it. Don't tell me that's opened up a clutch potential for Robs. He's been left saving in so many of these rounds. Is this another walk away? Yes, it is. Robs wants nothing to do with it.
Now, you might be telling yourself it's the CT side, right? This is the lesser of two evils. It's the one where you're meant to find all your success. The pressure that Vitality are dealing with right now is if their first rifle round isn't perfect, this can spiral. That's often how these streaks get assembled on the T-halves. It's exactly what Vitality did to FURIA in the first half of play.
It is feeling very worrying right now, just with how these rounds are going through. I know we haven't seen a full buy here from Vitality on this CT half, but FURIA sit 4 rounds away from making this a 5-map affair. Might be time to change your plans.
If you want to make this a way easier game, this is the round to win for FURIA. If you don't want it to be a grind, if you want it to just be a comfortable bit of distance between you and Vitality, don't let this one through.
They have a lot of map control already early in the round. Taking con, taking water. Pushing back Vitality from middle. ZywOo's AWP, Robs' rifle await FURIA.
I mean, it's a good read of the game that you're going to be able to take this space early, knowing that Vitality don't want to risk this very important gun round on some aggressive move while they're lagging behind. Now, that will change if this game closes up. But for now, FURIA get to experience calling from the front.
Got the gap. Long taken. No nades needed. No announcement here. Caseralta contains them. Deep smoke creates confusion. This could go A, this could go B, it's undecided, and entry might just make the difference here for FURIA. Good damage on the spam. Robs playing the fade. It all comes down to this.
Flames has hit a perfect timing on this backstab. And so if Robs is able to really divert attention, is he able to withstand this? Flames could do that much more damage. He could wreak havoc. They're not able to deal with him. They can't contain him. They can't stop him. Flames bulldozes through FURIA. And round awash, round done. That's how Vitality break back through. On a mad dash from Flames, playing the perfect timing.
All the risks, all the rewards. Full stack in the sight, Flames walks behind them. The last player you expect to shoot you in the back. And Flames crushes FURIA. Giving Vitality that chance at a comeback. You said it yourselves, avoid the stress, win that round, and the game may fall into your hands, but now FURIA forced to force. 3 Galils, 2 pistols, and a game that will be 9-9 before you know it.
Yeah, now it becomes one of these games where you can't take it to the money. You have to match them. You have to outdo them.
Easier said than done against the current world best Overpass on the CT side with #1 of 2025.
Something a little faster here. Flames brings the fight to them and they miss that chance at the punish. You now got to deal with Flames a little bit later. Serato there to pick it up. Layers to this defense though, and they're all springing to life. Mezzi, big damage on a Fallen, steals himself away, waits for that flashbang. Perfect synergy. And Yuri now knowing about not long for this world as he's trapped out behind the sandbags. Smoke gives him room to get away, but that's all this is. This is a retreat, this is a tail between your legs. Gap closes, save called. 1 round between Vitality and FURIA.
Again, Vitality show their strength in numbers, their trade potential, incredible. Every time FURIA peek a player, a second pokes their head back up. You cannot get a free kill and get away. You pay the price with your life. Monster setup. Closes the gap. 1 round and it feels like a formality now with 2K per player for FURIA. The prospect of fighting for the championship, fighting for the trophy on a 5th map of Anubis starting to dwindle.
We were talking about how you got to experience calling from the front. Well, that's now a honor that's been ripped away from FURIA. You can expect a bit more aggression, a couple more opening moves out of the Vitality camp as this game closes up. Apex, wallbang to find Fallen. Oh, and there's a follow-up. You've not even seen this guy, and he's caused you so many problems. They'll make it through, get into the site itself, but they've still got 2 to deal with. Feeling a little claustrophobic down here in the pit, running into each other. Apex still stands and delivers. Serato wrestles back what he can, but it's not enough as Apex is on for the ace. But he does not play for the glory of himself individually. He plays for the glory of this team. He's not thinking about it. Mezzi there to take out that final man.
Oh,
and Apex.
He cratered. Fell out of heaven and died. Glory not required. But from a 9-6 lead to an even game to a FURIA timeout, it is now or it is never. Vitality steps away in their peripheral vision at the end of the stage. Counter-Strike's classic.
Flames making another aggressive move here as they're really trying to put the squeeze on FURIA in the tail end of this series. But again, more aggression from Flames yields more opening kills. Once again, that punish doesn't come through. And so shut down convincingly are FURIA on this partial. Not even a dent made, barely points of damage dealt the way of Vitality in this mad dash to the finish line. This is what you were worried about when you couldn't secure that first rifle, when the Flames backstabbed, that monstrous 4K came through. It paves a bloody path to the finish line. And a path that Vitality are now walking down.
A path they walked so many times before. It all started in Katowice. To the near perfect season, to the near perfect year, 9 trophies. Counter-Strike royalty. Once again within reach. 5v4, but they saw Rob sneaking through the smoke on that fade. They punish. 5v3.
Okay, no excuse to let this one get away from you. This might be one of the best chances you get to recover this map.
Cheeky play, Apex. Oh, jump shot again!
Someone up there is smiling down upon FURIA with some of the luck that's gone their way in this 4th map.
How you still got to earn it. It's Zywoo and Mezzi. No round is guaranteed.
Yeah, they're splitting the defense. I don't think many other teams would elect to do this. So Zywoo will eventually drop on down.
It allows you to save. If FURIA go into the other bomb site, you can get away with your guns, but how about 2 sites at the same time? Fallen goes probing, looking to confirm or deny the stack.
Oh, what if it's better than that? Kill on a Mezzi. Now you're gonna hear that Zywoo warp fire off. And you know that A site is wide open for the taking.
He's trapped, he has to fight his way out of this box. Fallen backs up, pistol put down. Fallen shows him how it's done, 3 kills from the legendary captain. FURIA, after back-to-back contact plays through the short smoke and just getting shut down, finally find a solution.
I mean, there's something about this tournament, about this trophy. Maybe it's because it's one that all these older boys remember watching others lift. But it really does seem to bring the best out of them. Fallen and Apex both hitting very hard, both at 14 kills apiece in map 4. Oh, and spam from Fallen as he moves in a pole position. Another advantage for FURIA to work with.
Taking down their top performer of Flames. Extinguished in this B site.
Having to do this where the whole time they've been on the back foot economically. They let Vitality build into this CT half. They've taken the path of most resistance. It would only make a win here that much more impressive if they're able to get it.
Still an if. Zywoo in mid. Molly behind him, he fights forward. They go up long.
They're gonna bypass this AWP for now. But these windows of opportunity, they're only temporary versus a team like Vitality, and very quickly this hole at long has been plugged. 2 players here.
Molly early. There is time for FURIA, but not forever. 30 seconds, jump spot, might have caught Molotov. Fallen's walking up with the bomb right now. It's up to his AWP to provide cover, but Fallen needs his entries. His team is so far away. That smoke might just signal the end.
You've got to go through. You're hoping for an opening. Fallen can't provide. He's in this battle all alone. His team are nowhere near. Bomb now lost, and a desperate grasp as Molotov charges in. The wheels fall off, and this one gets away from them.
Failure to launch for FURIA. A couple of ugly rounds with pistols, but now they spill onto the rifle as well.
You don't get man advantages very often in this head-to-head. And that is one squandered opportunity.
Fallen sent to the wolves. And the pressure paramount here. as FURIA burn their final timeout of this fourth map.
You know, when you're talking championship runs, you're talking lifting trophies, it is those small mistakes that add up. Mistakes compound. Round just gets too strung out. It all slows down too much. Lacking the usual finesse, so much time chasing ROPS. That's the fear that this guy strikes into the heart and mind of every player he faces. He sent you on a wild goose chase. Looking for ghosts. And now it might be your time in the great beyond because of it.
Who else would you want at the front of the pack looking for this opening kill? It's ZywOo attempting the 5v4 again, trying to force an advantage for Team Vitality. This is not the angle you expect to see an AWP in, but ZywOo has his back covered. Vitality getting toyed with on this top site. Flashes, smokes. But they don't believe it. Apex rotation down lower. Lurk smoke on Monster, no one uses it. FURIA just ambling around right now, minimal map control at the 40-second mark. They have toilets to clear, and they don't have enough for an execute. This is again going to be ZywOo and ROPS tasked with defense of their site.
All the util been entrusted to Fallen. ROPS trying to find a timing here. Kindar will meet him head on. Advantage taken, rotates getting scrambled, and ZywOo, he's the make or break. He's the Alamo, the last bastion of resistance, and at the top side delivers, buying time for Apex to move in. FURIA getting sent packing. ZywOo turning heads. And now you stand on the finish line. All that's left to do is cross it.
The game takes the game. Championship points from perfection from ZywOo. 4 shots connect on this top site, sealing FURIA's death warrant, sealing their fate on this stage. ZywOo stands tall. And 10 years on for Fallen. 13 BO5s later, facing the same fate.
Yeah, the one challenge he could never overcome. The one trophy, the one tournament he never got to leave a mark on might have been, well, we got our first proper look at Fallen and what his boys could bring to the table all those years ago. But it won't be remembered as a mark of victory for FURIA. And you know the next peak can cost you everything. One overzealous move, one missed timing, one jaunt out into the open, and that's it. Your time here is over. Everyone is scared, everyone's moving slow. This is where your heart's beating, hands are trembling. Because your world is about to come crushing down around you.
They walk the walk right in. Element of surprise is all FURIA have got.
Slow and steady until it's not, and here comes the push. ZywOo again continues to stand tall as he dominates. There is no stopping him. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. The Vitality era is upon us. Very few individuals have had the honor to lift this trophy, and even fewer lifting it back to back. The superstars to the elite.